So you may have seen some a video clip and heard about Rory talking about the egoless state, or being egoless. And this is very much based on how our concern, worries about outcome affect our performance. So the next 2 or 3 sessions are going to be about this egoless state and what it could do for you. But I'd like to build it in the first place. So, because to some degree it is it's going to help to have a huge understanding about how we've built up certain behaviours and patterns over the years. So the very last time we had a pure egoless state by default was when we were born. So when we were born, we had a true reflection of who we were, i.e. that DNA that we possess was pure, and it was not altered by experience, environment, beliefs, values, and of course all those would have come from, or most of those would have come from other people. So what happens is, as we go through our lives, then information comes at us through other people, through experience, and we start to form beliefs and values compared to what's coming into us. So this information is coming to us through the 5 senses, and what we do is we take that information and we make it mean something in the back of our head, and then whatever we think it means then usually might have some emotional response attached to it. So you can very quickly understand why that would have an effect on our ability to perform at any level at any time, because if for any reason we think that we should be performing better, or we're overperforming, then that may affect where we go. So let's just think about what we can use this egoless state for. So an egoless state, to some degree, is a state without any of the other states. It's a state without history, without our, if you know, some people call it our monkey brain attached. It's a very separate body, but it is in essence our true self. If we can lose our ego, so let's call our ego is that has been programmed, and if we can lose that, then would we be able to look at things differently? So if we could be who we are but go back and not be programmed, would we think, act, behave differently? So again, it could go a little bit deep here, but a lot of people believe that they are who they are by the chat that goes on in their brain, but that is just where they are with the programming that they've had so far. So that thought patterns, they could change, and 9 times out of 10 what we do is we create mostly verbal garbage to support whatever it is that's going on that doesn't harm us. So the ego is really there to protect us in a way. So, but sometimes that protection can be misguided. So, you know, it's okay to smoke, it's okay to drink, it's okay to eat that cake, and we can make all sorts of excuses up to make that okay, and the adverts might help us in that regard as well. So if we could get an egoless state, we could look at everything, but especially as far as I'm concerned on the golf course, without judging our performance. We could look at each task with the particular statistics we've got. And there is one more little thing that I want to get in here, is that there may be a possibility here that by creating an egoless state, it may mean that we can be more aware of everything that's going on in our body, both internal and external. And if you think about that, and I'll carry this on tomorrow, we can talk about how, if awareness is the first step of learning, how the egoless state might help us in that regard. So just a little bit of contemplation today about that, maybe checking a few references, looking up what the ego is and what the egoless state might be, and we'll carry this on tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe.